guys, welcome back. So today is on the 10th. I want to edit a video. I haven't uploaded since last week, and today is on Wednesday. I've just been not in the right space, honestly. I've just been feeling kinda, how do I call it? I've just been tired, I would say. Yeah, anyway, since I haven't checked in since last week, as I said, I decided to just do it with you, and I want to make some mandazis for the little ones. I had promised them I'll make them mandazis later on. So right now it's at 1, so I need to go and knead my dough, and yeah, I need to go knead the dough and make them. They do take afternoon naps. I always make sure they sleep at each and every day, or from after lunch. Taking naps really helps kids. If your children do not sleep, you should reconsider, but anyway, I think that will be disrupting their schedule. So they may not sleep at night, but mine do sleep at night well. And if they do not sleep during the day, especially the little one, she gets cranky. Yeah, especially during around 6 p.m. and 7, she gets really cranky if she doesn't sleep during the day. Yeah, so that's the time I want to go and make the mandazis. Yeah, later on. So, and I thought I would do it with you so that I can also close the vlog after I've done the cooking of the mandazis. So yeah, let's wait for that, and then I'll catch you a little while cooking the mandazis. So yeah, I have never actually made mandazis since I don't cook them that often, but since niko na unga na nini, I thought I would do it today. So here for the ingredients, I used my self-rising flour. I love eggs or ajab. Those are the flours that I would usually go to when I want to make any chapatis or mandazis. For this day I was making mandazis, as I said. So I used flour, 3 cups, and then 1 cup of cardamom powder. That thing is usually very expensive. I don't know why. I just don't understand why. It's actually, I think, the most expensive spice if you go to check on the counters while buying them. Anyway, I also used 3 cups of milk, yeah, and half a cup of butter, because I wanted that taste to be very rich. And then mixed everything together, and then kneaded my dough, and then let it rest for about 30 minutes before coming back to cook the mandazis, or to fry the mandazis. So yeah, let's do all this process together. And yeah, they turned out so nicely, by the way, and very soft.
I'm looking for fire. I wanna light up the sky tonight. Oh, I need a sign. I need a reason why I'm alive. 'Cause I can figure out why everything around me just feels so far away. I'm going round in circles, looking through my head now. Oh, I need.
After letting my dough sit for about 30 minutes, it was so soft, and I did cut, or I boiled to cut them into 4 pieces so that it could make everything easier for me. I didn't want to roll the entire dough, so I placed in quarters, and then used my pizza cutter, which also I recommend. I got this one from Best 9 supermarket, and it was really affordable. I think it was about less than 250, so I would recommend. And then heat my oil, let it like really be hot, and then started putting my mandazis to cook. And this was the easiest process ever. Making mandazis is one very easy process. It's not like cooking chapos. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Very easy.
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night.
This was the last one, and trust me, shape doesn't matter. It's what you eat that matters to me mostly. And the kids really, really, really love these mandazis, and I've been making them almost every weekend. Trust you me. They loved them. I loved them. They got so... I didn't even last around 45 minutes in the kitchen because the dough was resting. So the whole process of cooking this took me about 15 minutes maximum. 15 minutes. So I was really excited about this, and I thought I would share with y'all. And I'll also be coming back to cook biryani because I love cooking. Usually when I cook the first portion, my kids are the ones that get that portion, because I need to cook in peace, and when they're around the kitchen, anything can happen. So the first batch is usually theirs, so that they can go and sit somewhere else as I cook, because this is oil. We don't joke with oil in my household and with kids, because as I said, anything can happen, accidents happen, and I hate to say that. So yeah, when you're cooking, this is for moms. When you're cooking and you have kids, give them the first portion, and then let them go sit somewhere else as you continue cooking.
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night.
So as the last batch was cooking, I decided to clean up my kitchen, because when you're working with flour, it's a mess. It's a mess everywhere. So I love cleaning after I've cooked. I usually don't involve my nanny in some of the things that I do in the house, and this I believe makes her work pretty easy, which is why, by the way, I have stayed with her for over 3 years, because I make her work easier. I don't just cook and then leave the kitchen in a mess. So this was the final batch, and afterwards, these are my mandazis. Just look at how soft they are and meaty. So anyway, I decided to put one of the batches, because these are two. I decided to put one batch some icing sugar, because it was savory. So yeah, one with icing sugar and one without, for anyone who doesn't want. And yeah,
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night. Oh, I need a sign, I need a reason why I'm alive. 'Cause I can figure out why everything around me just feels so far away. I'm going round in circles, looking through my head now. Oh, I need someone right now.
hey y'all, so let's make some chicken biryani. This was later on in the day. So what we are going to need is rice, it's soaked, some onions, some potatoes, and some oil, and of course ginger and garlic. There are some other things that I haven't showed you, but I'll show you shortly. And chicken, because it's chicken biryani. First things first, as we cannot, and I opted to go for a bigger knife, because it makes cutting or chopping up the bones quite easy. So yes, so my oil was hot enough, so I decided to deep fry the onions as I work on other things as well, because I haven't worked on my garlic, I haven't worked on my potatoes. As you can see, they were boiling, but I usually don't like them to boil completely, because I'll still deep fry them.
Oh, I need a sign, I need a reason why I'm alive. 'Cause I can figure out why everything around stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night. Oh, I need a sign, I need a reason why I'm alive.
Running a household is not easy, so I had this chicken sitting in the freezer for about 3 days. It had come with hubby from town on the weekend, and I was kind of not feeling it, so I decided to just chop it off on this day. So I was doing it all as a mom of two, as a wife, as a working mom, an entrepreneur. I have a lot on my plate, but on this day I just decided, let me just remove it, because I was indoors throughout the day, and then I chopped it up and then roasted it, and vice versa, roasted and then chopped it up, and then returned it back to the freezer. So let me show you how I do all that. This makes my work easy whenever I want to cook my chicken. I also do this for meat, especially goat meat. I have to chop it off before I put it in the freezer, or chop it up and then boil and then put it back in the freezer, so that it makes cooking very easy. I don't do batch cooking, like have freezer meals. I don't do that in my house, as we love to cook fresh food every time. So back to cooking my biryani. This is how your onions should look after you've deep fried them. This is the brown that you want, and it's usually very crunchy. So anyway, I will remove this and then put it on a towel, a dry towel, kitchen towel, and a strainer. So yeah, that's my garlic already mashed. This will also allow me to be very quick in the kitchen as I make the biryani.
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night. Oh, I need a sign, I need a reason why I'm alive. 'Cause I can figure out why everything around me just feels so far away. I'm going round in circles, looking through my head now. Oh, I need someone right now. I'm looking for fire, I wanna light up the sky tonight. Oh, I need a sign, I need a reason why I'm alive. 'Cause I can figure out why everything around me just feels so far away. I'm going round in circles, looking through my head now.
So for our rice, we will need a pot, obviously, some oil and water. So what I do, if I have 2 cups of rice, I add, for each cup I add 1¼ cups of water. So that's what I did for this part, and then put my rice in, and salt. Do not forget salt, very important. And I will also take you throughout the process, so that you see how you can make this like really easily and very fast. And the fact that we are women and we can multitask, that still amazes me, because I don't know how I managed to do all this in the same night.
Oh, I need someone right now.
As I let my rice sit here, I went outside and put my meat outside. Now the chicken that I was chopping up outside, let it boil, and then this is kienyeji chicken. It's the one that I usually boil first. And yeah, that's my onion, my second. Still on the same pan, I added my potatoes. As you remember, we had already boiled them, and then I went ahead, as the potatoes were still on the oil, I went ahead and chopped up my tomatoes and then blended them. As I said, I love to do this sometimes before I start cooking, so that everything is ready with me right there and then. And so for my spices that I'll be using in my biryani,
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night. Oh, I need a sign, I need a reason why I'm alive.
our garlic, dhana, mixed spices, garam masala, biryani masala, coriander, paprika. I have food color, I have tomato paste, I have my salt and mala. Everything is there. And so, checking on my potatoes, they are ready at this point. This is how you want them to look. And now it's time to start putting everything together. So in my pot, I'll be adding some oil, and then I added first, before anything else, I added my spices and then added my tomato paste. And this is everything how it should look afterwards. Yeah, and then after it has boiled, you put in your meat first, now the chicken, and then let it simmer for a while. As that is cooking, I went ahead and checked on my rice. It was ready, and so I went ahead and mixed my my food color to a cup, and then put in my onions first. As you can see, they are really crunchy, and they made the rice look really nice anyway. And then added in my mixture of the food color, and then started mixing everything together. And that's how the rice was looking, and it was ready. So back to my simmering mixture. On the other hand, I went ahead and added the meat now, and then let it sit for a while as it cooked.
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night. Oh, I need a sign, I need a reason.
So I let it cook for about 15-20 minutes before adding in my garlic and my salt, my garlic and ginger mixture and salt, and then let it cook for a while, kidogo too. And then because hubby doesn't take milk or yogurt or anything dairy, I decided to put his aside at this point and let it cook for a while as well.
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night.
And so for the remaining one, I added the mala. I had this one and another one. I added both of them. Well, I didn't use everything. I should have used 1 liter for one chicken. So yeah, this was 1 liter and something. So yeah, that's how it was looking. And my husband's, this is how his is looking. I went ahead and added some potatoes and let it cook for a while, and his was ready. So yeah, that's how ours is looking. I went ahead and added my potatoes so that they can cook a while longer, and then let it cook for a bit of time. This is the part where you have to check if the salt is enough. And yeah, after a while longer, I went ahead and added my onions, and then let everything cook. And this is how everything turned out after a while. was really smelly. And so finally I added my coriander. As you remember, I said I usually, so I let it sit for about 3-5 minutes, and that's it. That's how our biryani is looking. So here is our rice and our chicken biryani stew and habis. Very nice. I loved all this process. So if you like my videos, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe, which is the main point of this. Subscribe, comment, and yeah, I'll definitely see you in my next video. If you've enjoyed, please like, and yeah, support this channel, and I will be sure to bring you more videos like this and more. And yeah, enjoy your day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Cheers.
I'm stuck on repeat. I see the same skies every night. Oh, I need a sign. I need a reason why I'm alive. 'Cause I can figure out why everything around me just feels so far away. I'm going round in circles.